I've had a sad life, but you sort of got to overcome a lot of that and think of the good things, not the bad things. Well, my dad, he was only a little boy when they came out from England, and the family settled in Heatherton, and there was nothing there. Dad cleared his block and started farming on his own, and then he met his wife, who'd come out to see her sister, who had married another one of the Brownfields. When I went to Heatherton School, yes, walk all the way. We had to walk from here. We had to go round up the main road. That was the road to Dandenong. Ride that and turn corners and go up right if Mum was here. We walked along there and up and round till we got to school. That was our walk, and then our walk home at night. And little me, when I first started, could hardly walk, going to school, and it was a long way. Sometimes they'd have to get the horse and cart and get me in the jinker to take me to school, because I was 5, you see, and I used to be so little. And I was only, Norma was all right, she was older than me. That was my only sister, of course. Dad had to milk the cows. He couldn't come and, Mum would come and pick us up from school, sometimes, not every day. Oh, when you think of it, it was a lot of work. Oh, and she had the housework to do. Then she'd help Dad in the shed sometimes, although we had one boy to help. We have at the back of our house, we had a shed, and that's where the boys that worked for us lived. But all their dirty clothes came over to the laundry, which was opposite. Mum used to have to feed them. Mum had to do all their washing as well. When I think of what she did, and then if the boys didn't turn up, she'd have helped Dad, because there was no power then. Nobody had power, electricity, just ordinary lights, kerosene light on the centre of the table, having our tea at night. That's all we had. Candles to get to bed with, just some white candles with a candlestick. We had those around. I think I've given those away. But I mean, they were antiques. Oh, it's amazing what I have gone through in mine, and ones before were worse off. But till electricity came, and then everybody was laughing, We had light all the time. I remember Norma and I just going around and flipping on all these lights. It was just so good. Oh, look, unless you've been through it, you just don't know the value of lights. Yes, it's funny to look back on those days. You think, oh, we didn't do that, did we? We had little jobs to do when we were growing up. We had to feed the chooks with wheat every night. Oh dear, those were the days, but we hated doing it. And of course, when we were growing up, we didn't have all buses to pick us up at the gate and all that jazz. First of all, we had a jinker. It's funny to look back now, they get in the car and go, but we had to get the horse and get it all ready and put the seats in the back for us so that we had to enjoy our picnic. When we were on the farm, we used to always have parties and things like that, where we all kept together more. I had about 10 good friends. We used to go out together, and the people down the road had a farm, and they had a big lorry, and on holidays we'd all get it back at this lorry. They'd put seats around and we'd go for picnics. We had lots of fun, really, and went to the beach and take sandwiches, and we'd sit up in the back of this truck. You know, it was really lovely. I suppose I'll be in my teens when my sister was killed, and she was older than me, and she was walking along the wrong side of the road because she always walked that road because certain drivers would pick her up and bring her home. We knew everybody, you see, Cheltenham and Heatherton, and we knew the people that were going, and she was at the wrong side of the road so that she could hop in the car and get a lift home. And this other chap came across and went right across the road and killed her. Yes, they put her into hospital, Alfred Hospital in Melbourne, but she never came out. She had a broken leg and an arm, I think. He was driving very fast. But my dad, he said it wasn't his fault. It was, it was just a thing that happened, and he couldn't blame. It was a foggy night, and he just couldn't blame anyone, and he got off. But he was a neighbour, and we couldn't do anything else. And so that was, Dad forgave him, and after that he sold the farm. He couldn't keep going much longer. I really felt that I had to look after Mum and Dad. I think that's when it really started. I mean, I was just an ordinary girl, and I was the second one. Norma was the eldest, and I think I sort of realised then that I would sort of have to think a bit more. I think it hits you like that. It's hard to explain, but it does alter your life when you have a death in it. We moved into the city, Cheltenham, and then my mum got sick after that, whether it was she had cancer, and she's gone in 12 months. So that was a bad time. So that left only me to look after Dad. I mean, he couldn't manage on his own. And then when it was time for me to get married, I met Jack, and I knew it was the right one, and Jack got on very well with my father, and when it was time to engage, I said, I can't marry you. I've got to look after my father. He said, you don't have any worry, he's coming to live with us. And that's what happened. A group of us used to go in on a train to Melbourne, to the concerts in the town hall and other places around. That was our night out, Saturday night. So we met at the station, and off we went as a group when Jack was home on leave, he'd be joining them with his sister, and I'd just catch up. I never thought anything more about it. But apparently he just must have got a liking for me or something, I don't know. It was so long ago. But he'd go back to work again, and then go away over to Japan. He had 2 or 3 stops there, and apparently he wanted to all the time he was away, and he wouldn't ask me out. Each time he was back on leave, he'd come as a group, but never make any signs that he was interested in me at all. And I just treated him as one of, that we went out with all together. And then all of a sudden he got me at the station to come home, And he said, I'd like to walk you home tonight. And I said, oh, yes, but it's a long way. You've got to go that way, and you live the opposite way. Anyway, that's how it started. And that was the first that I really realised that he liked me. He took my arm, and that's all. He didn't want to kiss me and, hug me, nothing like that at all. He just wanted to talk to me. And that's what he did, and asked me would I go out with him, you see, and that's about all I can tell you. Brunswick is Melbourne, a suburb of Melbourne. That's where Jack worked. So they built a house for us, the council did, and we lived in that until we came up to Canberra. It was 12 months we lived at Hotel Acton while we were looking for a house, and we saw this block up on the next street up from here now, and so we got a builder. He wasn't a very good builder, but there weren't builders around. Not a lot of people, building houses. Oh, he made some terrible mistakes. He put the door put a window where the door should have been, and things like that. They weren't qualified builders in those days. But then, of course, the family grew, and we didn't have enough bedrooms. We walked around looking for a unit or another house in this area. And so this was for sale, and it was only 2 years old, this house. So I said, oh, that's quite a nice spot. And it was quiet, not like now with traffic going both ways. Look at this one too. It's lovely, isn't it? It's lovely. It's still my home, and I think I'll live in it until I go. Oh, that's our photo from Depot Beach. But I've had lots and lots of holidays there with the kids. Yes. 3 girls and 1 boy. Nowadays they fly down and fly home again, and it's so much easier. I've got a decent road. Oh no, it's good. It's good to have things modernised. It's gone ahead, but I don't want it to go ahead any further. Oh, well, that's been an exciting morning. I've been listening to myself talk. I didn't know what I'd have to do. I was starting to beginning to wonder what on earth will I say? Brings back a lot of memories, all these things.